Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I said this is Intervlog. Welcome to another enlightening episode of your premier channel for truth, insight, and revolutionary discourse on Africa's journey towards self-reliance. Today, we stand at the crossroads of history, witnessing a significant moment that echoes the unwavering vision of Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore. His steadfast advocacy for African self-sufficiency and economic independence has found powerful validation with the recent announcement of the Trump administration's decision to withdraw USAID from overseas operations. This decision, which has sparked global debate, reinforces the necessity for African nations to chart their own path, unshackled from foreign dependency. President Traore has long championed this cause, urging African leaders to redefine development on their own terms. Now, as USAID faces its most significant operational shift in decades, the need for sustainable, internally driven economic models in Africa has never been clearer. Join us as we delve deep into the implications of this withdrawal, analyze its impact on Burkina Faso and the broader African continent, and explore how Captain Ibrahim Traore's leadership exemplifies the kind of resilience and strategic vision needed to navigate this new era. The Trump administration has taken a decisive step by initiating the withdrawal of USAID personnel from overseas posts. According to sources, this move marks a fundamental shift in U.S. foreign aid policy, effectively restructuring how America engages with developing nations. USAID, a long-standing institution involved in international development and humanitarian assistance, has played a complex role in Africa. While its programs have contributed to infrastructure, health, and education, they have also been criticized for fostering dependency and undermining local governance structures. The announcement of the agency's withdrawal by the weekend signals the culmination of a broader ideological shift led by President Trump and his influential advisor, Elon Musk. Musk has openly condemned USAID as a criminal organization, arguing that such agencies perpetuate inefficiencies and fail to empower host nations. Democratic lawmakers and USAID staff have protested this decision, warning of its geopolitical ramifications and the void it may leave. However, for African nations seeking economic liberation, this development presents an opportunity rather than a crisis. Captain Ibrahim Traore, a leader with an unyielding commitment to African self-determination, has long called for a radical reassessment of Africa's relationship with foreign aid. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso has pursued policies aimed at reducing reliance on external financial support and fostering local industrialization, agricultural resilience, and technological advancements. His message has been clear: Africa must take control of its destiny by building robust economic structures independent of Western aid. He has repeatedly highlighted that foreign assistance, while often well-intentioned, tends to create cycles of dependency that impede long-term development. The recent USAID withdrawal aligns with his call for an Africa that stands on its own feet, leveraging its abundant natural resources and human capital to achieve sustainable growth. Investing in local industries to create jobs and reduce import dependence. Strengthening intra-African trade to diminish reliance on Western economies. Empowering youth through technical training and education programs tailored to Africa's developmental needs. Enhancing agricultural production through modernized farming techniques to ensure food security. The USAID departure may pose challenges, but it also serves as a catalyst for nations like Burkina Faso to accelerate their pursuit of self-reliance. Section 3. The role of African leadership. In this transition, for decades, African nations have relied heavily on international aid organizations. While these partnerships have yielded some benefits, they have also created structural vulnerabilities that make it difficult for African states to exercise full economic autonomy. With the withdrawal of USAID, African leaders must take proactive measures to fill the void with homegrown solutions. President Traore's administration serves as a model in this regard. His policies emphasize strategic investments in national infrastructure projects without foreign debt entanglements, strengthening partnerships within Africa, particularly through regional blocs like ECOWAS and the African Union, encouraging African diaspora investments to foster economic independence, developing alternative funding mechanisms such as sovereign wealth funds and regional development banks. With USAID scaling down its operations, African governments have the chance to implement policies that prioritize self-sufficiency rather than external aid dependency. By redirecting resources into key industries, nations can create more sustainable development pathways that benefit future generations. The USAID withdrawal has not gone unnoticed by the global community. Western officials and critics argue that this move weakens America's global influence, allowing rival powers such as China and Russia to expand their footprint in Africa. Indeed, with Beijing and Moscow actively deepening their ties with African nations through infrastructure investments, energy projects, and military cooperation, Washington's disengagement signals a new geopolitical reality. For Africa, this shift presents both opportunities and risks. While reduced Western intervention allows for greater sovereignty, it also necessitates stronger regional collaboration to ensure economic and security stability. President Traore has already demonstrated a keen awareness of this dynamic, fostering diplomatic engagements that prioritize Burkina Faso's interests without compromising national independence. The unfolding changes underscore the need for African nations to redefine their developmental trajectories. The USAID withdrawal should serve as a wake-up call for governments, businesses, and civil society organizations to step up and drive indigenous growth. Policies that encourage strengthening domestic economies through value-added industries, enhancing financial literacy to build local investment capacity, promoting intra-African trade and integration, leveraging technological advancements to improve service delivery. This is Africa's moment to take control of its future, and Captain Ibrahim Traore stands as a beacon of leadership in this transformative era. As we conclude this insightful discussion, let us recognize the magnitude of this historical juncture. The Trump administration's decision to withdraw USAID may appear to some as an abrupt policy shift, but in reality, it affirms what President Traore and other African leaders have been advocating for years: the urgent need for self-reliance. For Burkina Faso, this is an opportunity to double down on its pursuit of economic independence. For Africa as a whole, it is a moment of reckoning, a time to redefine engagement with the world from a position of strength rather than dependence. At Intervlog, we remain committed to shedding light on these critical developments, inspiring conversations that challenge conventional narratives and championing the cause of African progress. Join us on this journey as we continue to explore Africa's unfolding story of resilience, determination, and self-sufficiency. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Intervlog for more thought-provoking content. Together, let's build the future Africa deserves. Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, vindicated as Trump administration plans USAID withdrawal. Captain Ibrahim Traore, a vocal advocate for African self-reliance, has been vindicated as the Trump administration moves to withdraw USAID staff from overseas posts by the weekend. Traore has consistently urged African leaders to reduce dependence on foreign aid and focus on strengthening their own economies. The impending USAID withdrawal underscores his stance, reinforcing the need for sustainable, independent economic development across the continent. Trump administration prepares to withdraw USAID staff from overseas posts by weekend. The State Department has started the process to withdraw all United States agency for international development personnel stationed overseas by this weekend, according to 3 sources with knowledge of internal planning. The Trump administration is putting all staff at the United States Agency for International Development on administrative leave as of 11:59 p.m. on Friday, according to a new directive sent to all agency staff and posted on the USAID website. The message, which was unsigned, said there would be exceptions for designated people responsible for mission-critical functions, core leadership, and specially designated programs. It said agency leadership would notify essential personnel expected to continue working by Thursday afternoon. The note ended with the words, "Thank you for your service." A senior USAID official, speaking on the condition of anonymity because they fear retribution, said it was essentially a shutdown of USAID. The latest move caps more than 2 weeks of chaos at the agency, which President Trump and his advisor Elon Musk have said they are in the process of dismantling. The agency's website had been taken offline last weekend. "Truly, they have made America weaker tonight," said another USAID official, who requested anonymity because they are not authorized to speak on behalf of the agency. "We may not see it tomorrow, but we will see it eventually. People in Beijing and Moscow are smiling tonight." The White House and the State Department did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Earlier on Tuesday, the State Department started the process to withdraw all USAID personnel stationed overseas, according to 3 sources with knowledge of internal planning. "We are being tasked to assist the department in recalling USAID employees to the United States by Saturday," Seth Green, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Global Operations, wrote in an email to State Department staff on Tuesday afternoon. It continued, "I understand the feasibility concerns as well as the emotional toll this will take on those impacted, as well as the team assisting. We've been asked to staff a 24/7 coordination support team in the Ops Center's task force space, beginning immediately." The email went on to say another State Department official would reach out to seek volunteers and coordinate scheduling. The note to all agency staff later on Tuesday extended that timeline. It said, "The agency, in coordination with missions and the Department of State, is currently preparing a plan, in accordance with all applicable requirements and laws, under which the agency would arrange and pay for return travel to the United States within 30 days. For USAID overseas staff, the agency will consider case-by-case extensions based on hardship," the message said, including the timing of dependents' school term, personal or familial medical needs, pregnancy, and other reasons. Contracted staff, determined to be unessential, would be terminated, the note said. Logistically challenging, tremendously expensive. USAID staff protested outside the agency's Washington headquarters on Monday. They were joined by Democratic lawmakers who railed against the influence of Musk and his cost-cutting team, DOGE, which has been exercising control across a swath of federal agencies. Musk has called USAID a criminal organization and has been posting on his platform X for days about shutting the agency down. Late Monday night, a memo went out to State Department employees asking that overseas missions provide the number of USAID employees and dependent family members at their locations. About 2/3 of USAID's 10,000 employees serve overseas in more than 60 country and regional missions, according to a January 2025 report by the Congressional Research Service. The abrupt recall of overseas staff will leave employees with just weeks to figure out where to go, how to arrange pet care, take children out of school, allow their spouses to make arrangements, and plan for their belongings to be sent behind them, for example. Meanwhile, withdrawing over 1,000 foreign service officers and their families will likely be extremely costly, multiple diplomatic sources tell NPR. It will be logistically challenging, tremendously expensive and undignified, said one USAID employee who was not authorized to speak publicly. Many folks have kids in school, for example. The last time we tried to do this was during COVID, and it was impossible to do that quickly, said Susan Reichel, a retired senior USAID official. In countries where USAID pays for the operational cost of the U.S. mission, such as Egypt and South Africa, the Trump administration's funding freeze is already preventing use of USAID funds. That has led employees both within and outside USAID to fear that soon they'll lose access to electricity, communications, security backups, trash pickups, medical evacuations, and other services. President Trump delegated Musk and DOGE to review USAID programs and downsize the agency, potentially moving it inside the State Department. Trump has accused the agency, which distributes billions of dollars in humanitarian aid worldwide, of corruption and fraud. He gave a list of global outreach programs he disagreed with as illustrations of those claims, without providing concrete evidence of misuse or illegal activity. Even before Tuesday's action, a large number of USAID employees had already been put on leave, restricting their access to their workspace and ordering them to stop all work. Hundreds of independent contractors have been laid off or furloughed. Guidance to employees has been inconsistent and unclear, stoking fear and chaos amongst staff worldwide. "It's just so stupid and dangerous," one USAID employee told NPR. "We have never destroyed more goodwill and trust in such a short period of time." Speech of Burkina Faso. President Captain Ibrahim Traore on USAID withdrawal. My fellow Burkinabe, Africans and friends of true independence, today, I stand before you not with anger, not with fear, but with vindication. The truth, my dear compatriots, is like the sun. You can cover it for a time, but it will always shine through. Have we not spoken of this day? Have we not warned that the time of foreign dependency must come to an end? Today, the world confirms our words. The United States, under the Trump administration, has decided to withdraw USAID staff from overseas posts. Some may see this as a crisis, but I ask you, my people, is it a crisis or an opportunity? What is USAID? USAID is the United States Agency for International Development. They say it is here to help, to develop, to bring aid. But I ask, what kind of aid makes a people forever dependent? What kind of development keeps a nation in stagnation? Quand on te donne la main pour t'aider à te lever, mais qu'on ne la lâche jamais, es-tu debout ou toujours à genoux? When someone gives you a hand to help you stand, but never lets go, are you standing or still on your knees? Why is USAID leaving? Some will say it is because of budget constraints. Others will say it is politics. But let us speak plainly. This withdrawal shows us that even those who claim to help are ultimately guided by their own interests. If their priority was truly to help, why leave so suddenly? Why shut down without ensuring a transition? My people, the truth is clear. Aid has always been a tool of control. Does this mean Burkina Faso will suffer? No. And 1,000 times no. This is our moment of liberation. We have already begun taking steps towards self-sufficiency. Have we not strengthened our partnerships with genuine allies? Have we not invested in our own people? Have we not shown that the Burkinabe spirit is unbreakable? What is the path forward? This is the time to embrace true sovereignty. L'arbre qui grandit ne peut pas toujours vivre à l'ombre d'un autre. The tree that grows cannot always live in the shadow of another. We must build our own institutions, strengthen our agriculture, and master our own industries. Our youth must be trained not to seek help, but to create solutions. We must trade with those who respect us, who see us as partners, and not as dependents. What about other African nations? This is not just about Burkina Faso. Our brothers in Africa must see this as a turning point. If we continue to rely on others, then we are choosing weakness. But if we seize this moment, we will rise together. We must stand firm, shake off the chains of dependency, and prove to the world that Africa is not a land of beggars, but a land of kings and queens. My people, the time has come. USAID is leaving, but we are not falling. Instead, we are rising. Celui qui porte sa propre calebasse ne craint pas qu'on lui refuse de l'eau. He who carries his own gourd does not fear being denied water. Let us take our destiny into our hands. Long live Burkina Faso, long live Africa, long live true independence. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.